Good evening, grade 10s and 11s. In front of me, I've got a grid paper, which means I'll be looking at freehand drawings this evening. In our previous lessons, we've looked at our scenario, the design brief, specifications, constraints. I've also showed you how to go about with your research. And in this lesson, we are specifically going to now look at freehand drawings, and I'm going to show you just a few tips on how to go about with them. So the first thing you need to do is just to get some sort of idea of the sizes of certain rooms within, maybe in your own home. Go and walk out the size of your bathroom. Now, if you take a relatively large step, it will be about 1 meter long. So what I've done is I've gone to my bathroom and I've measured by walking it out, and I got 2.5 steps by 3 steps. So in other words, my bathroom is 3 meters, okay, by 2.5 meters. So this means that it is 3,000 millimeters by 2,500 millimeters. Right, so if I now have to choose a scale in which, so this 3 by 2.5 meters needs to obviously fit on this A4 piece of paper. And the reason why I'm using grid is because grid paper is actually going to help me with my scale. So if I use a scale of 1:100, I have to divide all those dimensions, the millimeters, by 100, which will then obviously give me, so if I divide that by 100, it's 30, and that will be 25. Okay, millimeters. Right, so now if I go back to my grid paper and I need to draw this bathroom on the grid paper, I'm going to see and measure just my graph. So I can see there that the graph, or these dots, are 5 millimeters apart, which means I need to ask myself, how many times does 5 go into that 30 millimeters over there? So that is equal to 6 blocks, and this will be equal to 5. Right, so if I have to go and draw freehand now, I'm going to start here at the top corner, and I'm going to make my bathroom in this corner over here. So I'm going to measure down 5 blocks. So there's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on a scale of 1:100, I actually have the bathroom marked out. So if I bring this back down and that across, then that is my bathroom over there. Right, so if I continue with my walls, so let's just say like that, and I continue, I'm not going to do a whole house, I'm just going to do a certain section. So there's my external wall. This over here is my 2 internal walls. So that's the first thing that I need to draw, is external walls and internal walls according to the lengths of the different rooms. The next step is to indicate where my doors are going to be, or my windows. So let's first start with a bathroom door over here. So I'm going to say that a door is equal to 900 millimeters. So divide that by 100, it gives me 9. I know now that this over here, so that one block over here equals 5 millimeters. So another one will equal 10 millimeters. So I'm going to make my door over there. So that will be the door. If I want to draw in my door over here, I'm going to make my door swing towards the wall so that it gives me a larger open space. So the door needs to be 900, and then I have to add in the swing. it is freehand, so it doesn't need to be a perfect swing. And there's my door. Right, so to indicate where my windows, where the windows are going to be, I'm now actually going to give my walls some thickness. So a wall, or an outer or external wall, is equal to 222. If I divide that by 100, it gives me 2,2 millimeters. So I'm going to draw my walls so that they are more or less 2 millimeters apart for the external. So there's my walls. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some windows. So now I need to go and choose the size windows that I would like to use for this bathroom. So what I want to do over here is I'm actually going to add in a window over here. So I'm going to draw an actual window with a window sill, and then I'll add in there the window glass. I'm also going to add in a small little window over here. So there's the windowsill overhang. And there we go. So now you need to draw in your internal walls. So that's a millimeter, so I'm drawing it in over here. The internal walls. Right, like that. So the next step is after you've done all your windows and doors. So remember, I'm only doing a little part of a floor just to show you how to do your actual floor plan for freehand drawings. So with this window being over here, I'm actually going to put in my toilet over there. So again, I'm going to have to look at the dimensions for a toilet or a water closet. And then I'm going to add in the symbol over there. I'm going to add in a wash basin over here. And I'm going to add in a shower area over here. And as easy as that, I've got a shower, a basin, and a toilet. Now you see that I've actually used the actual symbols used for drawings. The next thing is I want to show that these walls are going to be built. So I'm going to add in some hatching for the walls. And this is freehand, and it goes quick. Right, and there's my hatching done. Then we also have to add in our electrical symbols. So with this being a bathroom, it's better to put the electrical light switch on the outside. And I'm also going to add here a ceiling light, and then just draw in the connection with freehand. Very important as well is to label my views. So I'm going to write here that this is the bathroom in capital letters. Bathroom, and my floor finish is going to be tiles, like that. So it's quite small, but this is a good scale, 1:100 for my freehand drawings. So let's just say that this was a room next to the bathroom over here. I can actually add cupboards to it. So to indicate that there's cupboards over here, built-in cupboards, I have to put in a cross over here to show that that is a built-in cupboard. Right, and then if I'm going to add, for example, an external door, so the external door will still be 900. There will be a line over there. Let's just say the wall actually continues over here and then goes this direction here. So I'll add in my hatching, and I'll draw in my door that swings. Okay, so now for an external door, there should be a line over there. The light switch will be on the open inside of the door. I'm going to put in 2 switches over there. I want to put in an external wall mounted light over here. So I'm going to draw it in there. And I want to add in over here another light to switch on this section over here. Right, so there's a few symbols used, and then obviously my labeling. The next important thing is to also add in dimensions. So what we can do over here is we can do, for example, the full length of the house. So let's just say this area, I already said this is 2.5, and this looks like 2.5 or 3 as well, so that we can basically make it about 7 or 8 meters. So if this is 8, I'm going to add in dimension lines over here. And you see I went quite far with that dimension because I actually want to do the dimension over here. That's 8 meters. And now I want to add in the dimension for the bathroom. So I'm just going to make that darker there and that darker there. Make the corners darker there. And this is 2,500 millimeters. I don't need to write millimeters. So for the windows, I can either just label it as window 1 and this one window 2 because they are different sizes. And then in some sort of note section over here, I can add my dimensions. Right, and then something that I can also do is to table the total area and perimeter of this house. So the one will be length times breadth, and the other one you'll just add over, or just you'll add all the dimensions all around the home. So this is basically the way that you're going to have to go about. Once you finish drawing your floor plan, remember to label it as my floor. Sorry, I'm busy writing in Afrikaans here. Label it over here as floor plan. Floor plan idea 1, and then also write the scale that you've used. 1:100. Right, so for your freehand drawings, just to discuss a couple of things. You're going to have to do 2 different plans, and out of the 2 different plans you have to choose the best one. So my tip to you is to make one very good plan with very good argument points, and to make one with a few mistakes or a few design flaws. So once you finished both plans, you have to draw up a table where you choose or compare the 2 ideas. That table must consist of a few criteria. So in that criteria, you will then either grade your 2 plans. So you'll give, for example, for a very good open plan flowing kitchen, you'll give this plan, for example, 10 points out of 10, and the other one 6 out of 10, and then just with another table to explain why the one is better than the other. After you've done your criteria, you then have to just summarize why you've chosen, for example, idea 1 over idea 2. So that's very important with the bat as well. Make sure that you draw up a list of things that have to go in your floor plan. So just while thinking of that list, I'm already thinking of I need to indicate where my roof is going to be. So the roof overhang is normally 300 millimeters overhang for a roof. So I'm going to just indicate it by putting a dotted line on the outside of the building. Same over here. So this will go on the outside of the building, and then in the center here, I'll add the center pitch for the roof. Right, and this is then also part of that list. So important things to remember here is external walls, internal walls. Correct symbols for doors and windows. Then the correct symbols for fixtures. Also the correct symbols for electrical equipment. So all electrical fittings must be added in. Then all your dimensions also indicate the roof in those dotted lines. Then all labeling in capital letters, and floor finishes comes with the labeling of the room. This could be carpet, and then remember to label the view and the scale, and then also to do your area and perimeter of your view. Right, I hope this helps. After you've done all that, you obviously then do your list of criteria and make your choice.